All right. I'm back in New York City and checking out the shops. First one hitting is Academy. Been here many times over the years. Sort of like Lower East Side Bowery, I guess, area. Not far from St. Mark's Place and the famous album cover of Led Zeppelin. Yo, so I'm back from another vacation, another nice trip, this time to New York City to the Big Apple. Did a very quick trip there to check out the New York Art Book Fair and also some record shops, of course. Even caught a DJ over in Brooklyn at Union Pool. I'll put a little bit of video of that at the very end as well. I intended to go over to Brooklyn actually to buy some more records, but I ended up spending all my money in Manhattan, Lower Manhattan. At Academy, of course. They do have a second shop in Brooklyn, but I bought a bunch of stuff in Lower Manhattan from that shop, which I love. Every time I go, I always go there, and I always find stuff, goodies that I want. Excellent selection: disco, funk, soul, house, jazz, hip hop. A bit of punk and metal in there as well. Some new, some used, pretty good prices. And then just a few blocks away from there is A1 Records, just after St. Mark's Place Street as well, as you may see in some of the video clips that I put in here. So let's get into the wax because I have a massive pile to show you guys. This is going to take a little bit of time, maybe. I've got some punk. I've got some New York City disco garage from the 80s, Larry Levan style stuff. I got some obscurities. I got some new wave, power pop as well. Let's kick things off though with four records I got at the New York. Sorry, not Toronto. I'm in Toronto right now, but at the New York Art Book Fair, an annual thing where they sell zines, art books, that kind of thing, and occasionally some cassettes and records too. This year there was an awesome seller, older guy who I guess does like the record fairs as well. He had a little bit of his private collection, including a Dead Kennedys poster that was OG, that was like $400 for this OG poster. A little crate of records, and in that crate I found some cool stuff, including this one. This is Living in the Heart of the Beast, the Kalahari Surfers. Hadn't really heard of these guys before. I mean, maybe I did just in passing or something, but didn't know what to think of this, so I had to look it up. These guys were actually from South Africa, doing kind of no-wave, post-punk, experimental jazz, punk, jazz rock, etc. Just really cool shit, basically. And this is the back of the cover. Snatched this one for $40 US, an OG pressing. Let's see the vinyl as well. Sorry, not 40. This one was 20. This one was 20. The next one I'm going to show is 40 bucks, but here's the vinyl. Kalahari Surfers. I just saw recently on Juno that there's an anthology or a reissue of some of the earlier stuff as well coming out. So that one was cool. Next up, same seller in New York City. I got this band, Mars. This is Mars 78. This is their debut album. I'm a little familiar with Mars off of compilations and stuff. Of course, no wave. Again, this punk, funk, some jazz influences, etc. New York City in the 80s, basically. Out of New York City. Sort of short-lived. I think only around for about 3 years. And this is on Widow Speak Records / Rough Trade Records. UK. This might be a UK press, actually. This was 40 bucks. Yeah, this is made in England, it says. But New York City-based band. Mars 78. Really cool shit. Happy to see that again from this one seller. Had some killer stuff. He had more stuff as well in his collection. That's one I snatched. Then from Eastern Europe we go hard industrial, bizarro industrial at times. Lieback, and this is their debut album, I think. Looking in the back here. Yeah, this one, 1984 on Brute Essentials, made in Belgium. Get that. Get that. OG Press. This one was only $15 US, so I started to grab it. I'm not always in the mood for a Lieback, but yeah, they have their moments for sure. So glad to pick that up. Now the only stinker in the whole pile that we're going to show today, is this next one. And I think the artist is probably really cool. I hadn't never heard of him, but he's been making records and singing since the 70s at least. There's a local press, book publishers. So there's actually a booklet in this thing too, and a 7-inch. So I mean, the package alone is kind of worth the admission price. So Swamp Dog, limited edition vinyl. This is out on New York based, I think they're Brooklyn based, Pioneer Works Press. Came out in 2020. Comes with a 7-inch and a risograph booklet. But like I said, when I listened to it, I wasn't all that into the production. A little too modern sounding, I think. I think I'd rather go for some of this older stuff. This is the 7-inch, by the way. Comes with it, so Swamp Dog. So this one, and it was the only blind buy pretty much of everything I'm going to show you today. So sometimes that's what happens, right? This is featuring John Prine, by the way, Jenny Lewis, and others. Limited to 1,500 copies, so I might pass that on. We will see. Swamp Dog. I think he was supposed to come. They were telling me a whole story. He was supposed to come to their studio but it was COVID, so he couldn't make it. But they put out the record anyway. All right, now let's move on into. Man, we got a lot of singles here to show and albums, etc. This is a bunch of stuff I got at Academy, basically in New York City. Killer shop, like I said, one of my faves. A must visit. They have a bigger store in Brooklyn, but I always find better stuff in the one in Lower East Side, I find. But including this one here by Material. New York based again. Material again from the 80s, punk funk, fusion, if you will. This one's $8 for their debut album. Alternative cover. Originally it was a different cover. Kind of filled the whole space. This is called Memory Serves, and it's on Electro Musician as opposed to just Electra. Well, actually, it's on the French label Celluloid, which is still going on. And then U.S. pressing through Electra Asylum /Warner. There. Really cool stuff. If you haven't heard Material before, check it out. I've seen them on Noise New York compilation, that kind of stuff on Soul Jazz. So I was aware of the band, but I never really had any of their albums. And this, of course, got Bill Laswell and Fred Frith. So Bill Laswell, Fred Frith, kind of doing jazz funk, punk funk. It'll go well in my sets for sure. Happy to get that record. Then how about some straight up UK punk, just to mix it up here a little bit. Punk New Wave. I got another 999 record. My second one by them that I own, and it's the one right after. I got the one right before this one, basically. This is called The Biggest Prize in Sport. 12 US. Not bad. Why not? Polydor labels. Good fun stuff. I kind of dig them. Hadn't really heard 999 properly until like a year ago now. So that one, that's from 1980. The one I got before that was from 1979. Got some hip-hop, only proper hip-hop record here in the bunch. Queen Latifah. Man, the Queen is in the house. Damn, this is All Hail the Queen. Her debut album. Essential hip-hop album. Right out of the golden era. Loads of cool guest appearances. I used to have this on cassette as a kid, and I used to rock it all the time back in the 90s. This actually came out in 89. You got stuff produced by Mark the 45 King, Prince Paul, De La Soul, Little Louis Vega is on here doing production, Daddy-O from Stetsasonic, Karis One is on here from Boogie Down Productions with Evil That Men Do. Man, this album, don't sleep on this album. It's actually really jam full of dope jams. Wrath of My Madness, Dance For Me is the opener, which is really banging. And then, of course, the house track, Coming to My House, has been really making a nice comeback. I noticed it playing in some clothing stores, etc. It got me thinking about it again. Ladies First, of course, was a big single with Moni Love from the UK. Queen of Royal Badness, Evil and Men Do. Man, just every track pretty much is really dope. Of course, people know the Queen from a lot of acting and stuff since then, but this is where it all began, I guess. Queen Latifah. And All Hail the Queen. Really cool album. Now, this is a record that I wasn't expecting to buy. This was actually playing in the shop, and I asked what it was. Surprised to find out. This is from the UK. Candese. Never really heard this before. You Took My Love. This is a single. Surprised to find out that this is the production group behind Future Sound of London, FSOL. So Future Sound of London, very, laid back, ambient, almost trip hop stuff, psychedelic stuff. But this is much more of a dance floor jam, almost like break beats, wicked loud female vocal on this thing. Just a great single. You Took My Love. Banger of a single. It's got a New Yorker mix on it too. So, UK pressing, I guess, on Debut Records. $5. Got that one for $5, so that was a steal. Now let's get into some proper New York disco, Larry Levan productions, and etc. I got some Chicago stuff to show as well. This is definitely out of the Paradise Garage catalog, and guess what? I got doubles, but slightly different pressings. One's a promo copy, and the other is a official, and so they have slightly different versions of the same song. But yeah, this is on Mango. This is David Joseph. David Joseph and his brother are from the UK, and they were in a UK soul funk band called High Tension, I guess. But then he broke off and did this solo record, You Can't Hide. Larry Levan remixes, or on the mixing desk. You Can't Hide instrumental, and the original on this one, absolutely killer. Just really killer synth line in this thing. The synth line hook is dope. And then this version, yeah. I'm getting a call while I'm making a video. That's how long this video is going. You Can't Hide From Me. This has a short version as well. This is the promo copy. Had to have it. This one was 15, even though it's got a corner cut. It's a little bit nicer sleeve. The other one was 5, so I figured 5 and 15. Why not make it $20? And I've got doubles. Of course, I think out of Jersey, a very well-known disco artist, garage disco artist, Hannah Gardner. Her Heartbeat track is absolutely classic. I didn't know this one as much. This is No Frills party version. This is Larry Levan mix as well. Definitely Larry Levan played, that's for sure. So, yeah, mixed by Larry Levan. There you go. Larry Levan, of course, if you don't know, total legend, pioneer of, pre-house, basically, him and Frankie Knuckles, etc., playing at the Bathhouse back in New York City. Passed away of AIDS in the 80s, but maybe 90s. But Larry Levan, yeah, legend. If you haven't seen the movie Maestro, the documentary on Larry Levan, definitely check that out. He did a lot of nice edits and productions, really up the tracks. This one cost me a little bit more. This was $15, but this is Lace. Can't Play Around. You can see that. Kind of a one-off production or project. This one from 1982. That last Hannah Gardner was 81. Again, a Larry Levan mix. Solid shit. So, Academy's still delivering for me, basically, in New York City. New York City's still delivering for me. The home of house, or the home of disco. Home of house, well, that is Chicago, of course. So, why don't we have a little bit of Chicago in this video as well. So, we got JM Silk. Found this for $4. I Can't Turn Around. Exactly same track beat as Love Can't Turn Around by Farley Jackmaster Funk. So these guys were kind of coming up at the same time. I'm not sure who's stealing from who or how all that works, but this is Steve Silk Curly, basically, JM Silk. and it's a solid 80s house track. Dope single. And also from Chicago. Just been talking with this female artist, singer, recently. Liz Torres. Recently got a Wax Trax, also Chicago-based label. Industrial project with Liz Torres on several of the tracks. This is old school 80s house, mama's boy. A lot of ring wear on this thing, but it's a banger of a track. $5 on State Street Records out of Chicago with that logo. So, yeah, you can't really go wrong with Liz Torres. The voice will carry it no matter what. Some old school Chicago house. Now, I got about 10 more here to go, so just hang on. I got some more albums to show as well, but I'm still going through the singles right now. So this one is dope. This is Cant, New York City stuff. Again, a bit of that punk funk, a little bit of no wave funk as well. But it's on Sleeping Bag Records, which had some Arthur Russell and Mantronics, etc. on that label. Yeah, this is an OG press. This one was $20, but it's in really good condition. Your Life. I have this song actually on a compilation. Now next up, we got this cool ass project. I actually got doubles of this thing too. 5 Minutes We Begin Bombing, Ronald Reagan. And here is the promo copy version of it. This is Bonzo Goes to Washington. Of course, play off Ronald Reagan's old movie. Yeah, so it's really cool. I mean, if you know Steinsky Mass Media, it's a little bit like that with the sample thing, you know, like Ronald Reagan. This was an actual joke. I think Ronald Reagan called into a radio station one day and said, we're going to ban Russia and we're launching a nuclear war or something. He thought that was kind of funny. And then the record is just absolutely funky. Again, electro, freestyle, that New York sound in the 80s. And check out who's on this thing. So it's composed by Bootsy Collins and Jerry Harrison on guitar from Talking Heads. And got an edit as well by a certain Arthur Russell as well. So double copies, again, they're slightly different. And this one, these two I picked up over at A1 Records in New York. Not too far from Academy, basically. Some more stuff. Is this Academy? No, I think this one was from A1. Well, either way, it's from Manhattan. New York legend stuff, right? NYC, Peech Boys, you can't go wrong. Again, Larry Levan all over this thing. Larry Levan remixes. I mean, by the way, A1 and Academy both had Larry Levan sections. So that certainly makes it easier to search for stuff he played, stuff he produced, stuff he mixed. And there is the Paradise Garage logo, actually, of the famous club. Like I said, precursor to house music. On a Journey is from 1983 on Island Records. This has got a really cool synth sound or hook on there too. $20, but fairly close to near mint condition on that one. All right, we'll do one more single and then we'll finish off like a few albums, punk, etc. that I picked up. But I also got this thing. This was not cheap, man. This set me back a little bit. But again, this was something that was being played in the shop. It cost me $30 US for a single. But this is Antiballast Afrobeat Orchestra. Now they're out of Brooklyn. Started in like the 90s, doing kind of like very influenced by Fela Kuti, Afrobeat stuff. I never really picked up much of their stuff. I mean, always aware of it, but this is a really cool one. It's Cheche Cole with the instrumental as well, and Makosa as well on this thing. So, but 4 tracks over $30. Yeah, it's fairly rare, I guess. Looking up on Discogs, seemed around the same price. Tribute to the memory of the great Hector Lavoe. So, yes, kind of got a bit of my Spanish Latin influence, I think, after my Mexico trip. Tropical sounds. All right, next up. Also found this. Just found an OG copy lying around for $12, so Elvis Costello. Didn't have this. Actually, I have a reissue of this, but I never opened it because I'm planning on selling it. This is this year's model, which has what's the track now? I dig. Pump It Up. So on red Columbia labels. So that was kind of a good little find. I just got another Elvis Costello record at the record show, so I think that's probably going to complete my Elvis Costello. I think I got like his two best ones, older stuff. This was kind of a rare find. Well, rare or new to me. I didn't realize that Fred Schneider had did a solo album. So this is a Fred Schneider and the Shake Society. Fred Schneider of B-52s, of course. Get on the New York vibe here. It looks, no, so It's Time to Kiss Summer in Hell. Name of the album. Or is that one of the songs? It's one of the songs. It's just called Fred Schneider and the Shake Society. So yeah, fun stuff. New wave pop, 80s pop. Album cover's got a little bit of water damage going on, etc. But picked it up for $6, so I'm happy with that. Again, a record I've never actually seen before. I didn't really know his solo stuff. Now this wasn't nice. I'm going to finish off the last two here that are really nice rare finds, I guess. Too bad they put the sticker right on the cover of this one, but yeah, got a Cramp single, Get Off the Road. It's from 1986, actually on a Swedish label, Planet Records. And I have Date with Elvis, has People Ain't No Good is on that, is on this single as well. Plus Give Me a Woman, How Far Can Too Far Go, and Get Off the Road is the opener. So yeah, Cramps for 30. Vinyl is in very, very good shape. This is like near mint. So pretty nice. That's the single. And then the very last one I'm going to show, I finally did it. I finally got an album by these guys. I've been listening to them since I was a kid, but I never ever had, I don't think I ever had anything by them on vinyl. Maybe I had something when I was younger, but this is their debut actually. Meet the Residents. Not the original cover. Original cover art looks like this, like the Meet the Beatles. I can't believe it originally came out in 1974. But here we are, 1979 reissue on Ralph Records out of Sweden, I think. Actually, a U.S. pressing, sorry. So I finally picked it up. Super experimental stuff. I mean, it's got like aged archive tape recordings, etc. that they were doing. Again, super avant-garde for 1974. Still avant-garde, actually. The legendary from San Fran Residents. It's a cool one to have, I think. My first Residents record. There you are. $25 US for an OG pressing. Again, like it was a reissue, repress, but from like 79. So there it is. That is my mega haul from US, from New York City. Actually, I only ended up hitting 2 record shops plus the book fair. I might do a separate video on some of the books actually I picked up. Books and art zines that I got. I'll do that in a separate video. For now, here's a little bit of extra footage from the trip. A quick one that it was. See you guys. Wow, so I just got back from the A1 record shop where I picked up some more stuff after a massive haul at Academy here in Manhattan. I didn't even have the Academy over in Brooklyn yet. I don't know if I'm going to go over to Brooklyn because I've just got so many records already in the bag. Yeah, New York City always delivers. Prices are pretty reasonable too, except for the damn exchange, but you know, what can you do about that? So, more to come.